locations on Gabler Road out between Gillette and U Davie. We put $20,000 worth of material on that road for it. So we have, you know, we're trying to work with you. The road is in too bad a shape where we can't get down it. We have to do something with it prior. So, and that was the situation we were in there. So, talk to them if you guys have any questions for me, give me a call.
Do you have a card?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure they have questions too. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yes, sir.
My point was, whenever you do come in and you haul out like 100 loads of dirt, and that's $40,000, and you spend that much, do you expect that to be credited against this $8,000 permit, or you know, or what is that your limit of liability? In other words, you can't.
No, sir. I wouldn't say it was my limit of liability. That's something we'd have to get into with our attorneys. Basically, this is a goodwill gesture on our part, and the focus is on trying to get the other companies to pitch in with this as well.
That was my immediate
Right.
response. This is a goodwill gesture. We appreciate it. But we're questioning about
The liability.
the liability.
Okay. All right.
But we do appreciate it very, very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Did you have a card for us?
Yes, sir, I do.
I apologize.
Anybody else need one?
Well, after y'all talk to the commissioners,
Bobby?
I've already talked to the judge, and we don't have a lot of anything.
We're not going to leave you hanging for a long time because we appreciate the gesture.
Right.
Maybe we'll give you a call probably about the next week or the next week.
Okay.
We'll get on top of it.
All right.
Thanks, Bobby.
So are we doing no action on number 10? Is that correct?
What do y'all think?
No action? Paul, Kirsten?
You want to, no action now?
Can I go now?
Yeah, I know, okay. Number 11 on the agenda is the introduction.
No action.
I will find out.
Number 11 on the agenda is the introduction of Lee Azzapardi as the Assistant County Attorney beginning new fiscal year, October 1st, 2011, and the author is Bob Busselman.
Thank you. This is Lee Azzapardi. Lee is, I don't know where Lee is originally from or what kind of a name that is, but he lives in Texas now. And he is a young lawyer, as you can tell. And he's been working with the juveniles through our office here. And also, I don't know what he does over, and also with the our county court criminal docket. And I think he's a heck of a good guy, and I'm going to appoint him as my assistant county attorney. I do have budget for it, and we have not come up yet with how much he's going to get, 50, 60 cents an hour or whatever. But we have not come up with it, but I do want y'all to meet Lee, and his name is Lee Azzapardi. I can remember that because the German people like to party, so Azzapardi. You might remember that way too, Carl. And this is Lee.
Welcome, Lee.
How you
Would
doing,
you
sir?
feel free to introduce yourself, talk to us?
I am originally from Corpus Christi. My name is Lee Azzapardi. I'm also John and Judy Berry's son-in-law. That's where I'm currently officing right now. I was licensed practice in 1999. So, and I've been in Karnes County since January of this year. I think that covers the basics.
We're going to start on Monday. We have a number of DWIs that we got to review the, you know, we can do this.
You're going to win part of that backlog, you know.
Yes.
Have you practiced mostly family law, civil law, criminal
Been
law?
mainly probate, real estate, some family law. That's been my main areas.
Don't you also have a business degree in conjunction with a law degree?
Accounting, yes.
Should be an asset.
You permanently moved over here? You
Yes.
live over here?
Yes. I've already we're in contract now with a house in Karnes City. As soon as financing is approved, and I actually have a house here now.
He doesn't need to be a resident of Karnes County to be an assistant.
I was just asking.
But I think he is.
Are you going to be able to afford that house at 50 or 60 cents an hour?
You might want to pull the budget
Kind
from
of my
Luana.
concern.
Well, maybe it's a foreclosed.
I think it was a little bit more than that. But welcome, Lee. We're glad to have you. I enjoy working with you, so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Are you happy here?
Happier, yes.
Thanks, Lee.
Thank you, Lee. The next item on the agenda is number 12, and it's an acknowledgement on record of a change of mailing address for the Karnes County Judge from 101 North Santa Maria, Suite 4, Karnes City, Texas 78118 to 115 North Market, Suite B, Karnes City, Texas 78118. And I put that on there just so we have it on record that that's the mailing address now. And everybody else if it's going to the annex is getting ready to have to do the same, and we're going to ask that y'all acknowledge that on record too. The number 13 is the same for the county attorney. It's the acknowledgement on record of change of mailing address for the Karnes County attorney from 101 North Santa Maria, Suite 10, Karnes City, Texas 78118 to 115 North Market, Suite C, Karnes City, Texas 78118. And Mr. Busman asked that his be put on there also. The number 14 on the agenda is to discuss, approve, disapprove possible temporary air conditioning units for the district courtroom. And that's Pete, that's number 14, and there's some little emails and little flyers we just handed out.
Okay, a couple of weeks ago, we approved almost $12,000 air conditioning unit for the county courtroom in the courthouse. And that's a large expenditure for a short time. We don't know what the bond election is going to do, so was able to get someone to give me an approximate price on temporary air conditioning. It just came in. I haven't studied it, but it says 2.5 tons, $3,000 a month. Okay, in other words, this required 208, 230 power. That power would have to be run. That'd be an additional expense. My understanding, I haven't. I just got this in, I haven't talked to them, but I believe we'd have to see that we get power up to those units placed in the courtroom. And this does not specify, I was told that they did have heat and air. This does not specify exactly what it is. So I would need to find out more information about this before I really could make a decision on it. Wouldn't expect the other commissioners to either. So as of it said 112 ton would be $3,200 a month. That'd be more air conditioning. It would require 460 volt, three-phase power. I believe we do have three-phase there. So, actually looking at the information I have, and this just was faxed in just before we started the meeting. So, I can't say that we have enough to change our decision on putting the $12,000 unit in there.
This is for the whole building?
This is for the courthouse, the existing courthouse.
District court.
District courtroom. District courtroom there. Once we get moved to the annex, we're still gonna need that district courtroom to hold court in. We're gonna have to, it's gonna take us some time to get the new courtroom ready if we fix it up to have court in it. So we're gonna have a little time here that we're gonna have that, use that courtroom.
So this won't be just temporary?
So this would be on temporary here. If we don't know what the bond election's gonna, how to turn out, and whether that's approved or not approved, how long we'll be out of that courthouse, or whether we're gonna continue to use it anytime soon or what. So it's something I had put on there for consideration, but so the information I have is not enough to change our decision right now. So
are you gonna get any more bids, or are you saying, is this it, or are you gonna go?
I've called other people in San Antonio, and this is the only one I've been able to get a response.
Okay, so the decision is gonna stand the way it originally was, just go ahead with Smart's refrigeration's bid and put air conditioning in that district courtroom. Is this, now if I understand you right, 2 5-ton units, is that what you said?
There's a
Did you-
there's a 7.5 ton unit bid that Sparks is gonna bid to put in there.
Okay, but I'm talking about the temporary.
Temporary, they have quoted 2 5-ton units, $3,000 a month to be the cost.
For both of them.
Yes.
That's, That's just rent, that's not.
That's rent.
And you said they do heating and cooling?
They told me they did heat, they did not specify.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. It says 60,000 BTUs on the cooling, but I don't see anything on heating here.
And I didn't either, so I said they did not specify that. I just got in.
So I'm wondering if, I know if we're gonna go into winter time, we're gonna need some heat. It doesn't appear like this unit will do the heating. The way I read the specs, am I reading them correctly? So we're back to square one, our original plan to just go ahead and place a unit.
Yes, as of now, the unit is here. I think Smart's picked it up and they have it. I asked them to hold off until we got this. They said they'd be glad to. So they haven't started on anything this week, but depends how you feel, if you want me to pursue further and see if we can get it.
I'm sorry, what was the bid from Smarts?
It was almost 12,000, 11,000.
They're putting, what are they doing?
They're putting a 7.5 ton inside and outside unit with the gas.
Covered it for now. The way I'm looking at this is just temporary, it's 3,000 a month. We've got a few more months, and then they're gonna wait till we fix the core. We might go into $18,000, $20,000, $24,000 first one. Think so?
Yeah, I think
I think this one's a dangerous one here. Even though this one, I know we're gonna, whenever the restoration of the courthouse goes through and all that, I think the 12,000 would be money better spent, in my opinion.
Yeah, is Robbie here? I don't know when their first.
Just because
The
this,
first court date is when?
Next week.
Next week.
just because
Will it be ready by next week?
Just because this one's a little scary to go into it on renting it and we own nothing. Because that other one, the 7.5 ton unit, we can always use somewhere else anyway, because we have to take it from there.
Yes,
It'll be ours.
It will have salvage value on it.
Right, it'll be ours. This
So,
one,
we're gonna get started next week with Smarts, putting in these units.
According to this, we can't change anything. I'll go with them and sort of thing.
what do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean,
The other one, if we rent these, how, like you say,
I think we should. I think they'd be happy as all get out to have heat. They haven't had it in 12 years.
Yeah, they're used to it.
So,
Save the money, they're used to
maybe
it.
whatever we decide to pull it out later, we take it out and use it.
We'll use it. All right.
so where are we at? No action on that one?
No action on this.
Are y'all okay with no action? Number 15 is the discussion, possible action of ethics of elected officials, including the acceptance of gifts, answers to frequently asked questions about the Texas ethics, gift, and honorarium laws as provided by the Attorney General of Texas. And that one's on there. And I put that on there. I put that on there because that was brought to my attention of discussion of elected officials accepting stuff or stuff being handed out. Sheriff and I had the experience to be able to meet with an investigator for quite some time to discuss this and to go over it. There's questions on both ends of should gifts be offered or should gifts be accepted. And with these oil field companies coming in here, a lot of things I think are open to perception. Some of them offering gifts, some of them not offering gifts, people taking gifts, people not taking gifts. I think one of the things that we need to be aware of is these publicly held companies have books that can be opened up by anybody, and everybody can see what went on or why it went on. And I think there was a bunch of lights went off when the sheriff and I were talking to that investigator that day, and it became, you can come in, it became a situation of accepting gifts in returns for possible swaying on court ideas, possible swaying of elected officials, people that didn't know each other, different kinds of things like that. And I put this on here so everybody can look at it. Everybody should know that. We've all went to training as elected officials. You should know what you should be able to do and what you should not be able to do. Unfortunately, when it comes to ethics, ignorance is not. I didn't know won't get you anywhere. I've seen people removed for ethics violations that I didn't think could be proved. And that's just being in these professional organizations. You see it happen all the time. My answer is always the easiest, is I don't accept gifts, period. I mean, other than a pen I may take from you. I know, I have an ability to take pens. So anyway, that's something you might want to consider or think about when people are offering to bring you gifts, or offering to bring mass gifts. The first person that usually gets the phone call once the gift has been accepted is me. Then it's usually followed up with some form of investigator. So the sheriff got to be part of that. He got to hear all of that. The county attorney knows what happens. We all know what went on. Whether or not somebody chooses to do something with it, or whether or not they choose to do something with it, falls in the hands of those authorities. However, just remember, that's one of the perceptions 3/4 of the law when it comes to accepting gifts and doing stuff like that. I think that's just it's very defined in this book of what can and cannot be done, and what the perception of what is being done is. And I know James had said something to me about that also at one time.
Yeah, well, just briefly, I won't take that much time, but I've been here 11 years, and there was one time, I'm going to do this briefly. There was one time I got offered money, $2,000 on one of the county roads, go in and fix the road. I came directly to Mr. Busman, and I reported it to Mr. Busman. I told that gentleman, no, I can't take any kind of money back here. And I came back and I reported to Mr. Busman, I think Judge Pavelik. Then I got another time offered a boat. I told him, well, I don't like fishing. He said, take it to my dad. I go, my dad don't like fishing either. I came back, Mr. Busman recalls it. I'm sure he recalls it. I came and reported to Mr. Busman. I told him, I don't take anything like that. And then I think it was Judge Kendall. I reported to Judge Kendall too. So everyone was aware that I refused those gifts. Cap shirts that I get in the mail and everything. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I take it to Luana and then I give it to Luana. I tell Luana, give it to at the end of the year, at the Christmas. I don't take anything like that. I've been offered, and I don't see nothing wrong with going to lunch with anybody, but I've been offered lunch a lot of times for them to pay for my lunch, take a bit of lunch. I completely
Unless they're
refuse.
asking you to make a decision at lunch.
Yeah, I tell them, well, I just don't take it either way. And I just tell them, nope, I won't go to lunch with them. I go, no, because people see me with all these companies and everything, and then they're going to come back, and other companies see that. So I have never, ever in my 11 years took a free lunch for any of these companies. Never took a cap shirt. I've given it to Luana. And the 2 times that they offered me, one time $2,000 and offered me a boat behind closed doors, I came straight like a big old snitch and I reported it to Mr. Bunsen. Because I'm just letting you know the type of person I am. You don't have no problems with me. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that lunch is going to hurt anything. I'm not saying that. I just watch myself for that too, because a lot of times
it's easily misconstrued.
It's exactly. So I won't take anything.
If somebody talked to 1, then 2, then 3, then what do we have?
Yeah.
And the conversation, well, you saw part of that too, so.
I know I sound
Anyway.
like a snitch, but I always tell Mr. Busman, hey, these people offered me this, they offered me that, so that way our legal counsel knows about it.
You mean somebody actually offered to buy you something, James?
They wanted
I've
to.
been here 7 years. I ain't got
Well,
nothing.
that's not true. Ever since that jail thing's come up, we get people offer to fly us out, look at a jail, take you to eat, take you, and the answer is no.
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 You can. I don't think it's wrong, because I don't think they're doing it.
You might want to read the
in a wrong
book.
way.
Don't give anybody
But-
advice. Let them all read their own
but
book if
I
you say it's
wouldn't-
wrong.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. You need to read the thing. I wouldn't do it, because to me it seems wrong. It seems wrong. But that's just me.
Anyway, I just wanted to make everybody aware of that, because there are complaints coming in about things like that.
Oh, and Sam, I don't want this rock, because it could be considered that.
Oh, that's.
I told him,
that's
he
not a
came in,
gift.
he said, I have gifts for you. I said, sir, I don't accept gifts.
And wherever you said you dug that one out of the road, did you cover the pothole that it made when you pulled it out?
I've got one this big. I can't even lift with one hand. I started to break it, but I knew the judge wouldn't take it.
Is that considered a pet rock?
It could be considered a gift.
pet rock.
Well, I mean, actually in here somewhere it says that
No,
you're
that's
supposed to
not a
accept
pet rock.
menial
That's a
gifts,
nuisance
nothing more
rock.
than a coffee cup at times.
I'm
That could
just
be
kidding,
considered
Sam.
more, so. But anyway, does anybody have any questions on that? And also, please, also know that when that's reported to us, we have no choice but to move it on. And number 16 is to discuss, approve, disapprove, requesting an official of electronic copy of minutes from the county clerk's office upon acceptance by Commissioner's Court to be posted on the Karnes County website to allow transparency in county government. And I put that on there, and Mrs. Sweezy called me on that, and she said that she didn't want to do that because they weren't official until, you can tell me, Carol.
I do. I have something that I'd like to just read to the court. With regards to the minutes of Commissioner's Court, I am stating on record that I have never refused to request of anyone to have access to view or copy any records pertaining to Commissioner's Court, especially the minutes of the meetings. I have provided copies to county officials, county employees, as well as citizens of the county whenever requested, and I will continue to do so. Agenda item number 16 is to request an official electronic copy of the minutes. Because of the importance and sensitivity of the minutes, I am against sending official copies electronically. I am required to attest to the accuracy of the minutes. An electronic copy, in my opinion, could potentially compromise the status of the minutes being official. Therefore, I respectfully ask that you disapprove this request and allow me to continue doing this part of my job in a manner that I feel is the most appropriate for this request. The county attorney has stated many times that an elected official should not be told how to run their office. Please allow me to protect the integrity of the minutes and provide copies in a way that I believe necessary. Again, this is not a refusal of any sort to provide what are public records. I am simply asking that I be allowed to provide the official copies in a more secure method.
The only thing that I think that we were asking for here on Carroll is, and you can look at all the other counties, Tax provided us a website, and everybody's posting their minutes and posting everything on there. And we post the agenda, but people will call and say, well, what's the use of posting the agenda? Is there any way you can post the minutes on the website
I
after
don't
you
have
attest to them?
access to the website. I can get a hard copy to whoever has access to the website. Once they are attested to, the problem with sending them electronically is my signature or my seal will not be on there, so that doesn't make them official. A hard copy with the Commissioner's Court seal and my signature will make them official, and I'm happy to get a copy to anybody that wants to post them on the website.
I know we talked about scanners.
And again, that's electronic, and sending that can compromise them because anybody can hack, modify, change, delete, unless it's in a PDF file, and I don't have a way to put it in a PDF file.
No, we save them in a
yet.
PDF file. When anything goes on the internet, on the website, on
I
tab,
know, but if I send it to you or any other
you
person.
save it in a
email,
PDF file. No. When you scan it, you save it in a PDF file.
I don't have the ability to scan it yet. The only scanners we have right now are attached to the vendor's software, which only goes into the official records. It doesn't go into a normal computer. It goes into the equipment that's provided for the recording of documents. So if I scan something now, anything I scan is only for the official records. It's not for the Commissioner's Court minutes yet. My scanner is not attached. I don't have a scanner attached to a county computer. The scanners we have are provided by the vendor for the recording of the official records. So that scanner can't be used.
Vi has one. Can you use Vi's to give us an official copy?
I'm happy to provide an official copy, a hard copy. That would make it more official to me. If anyone else wants to scan it into the website, that's fine. I don't have access to the website. I never have, and I've not had the training yet. So to do that would not be, so what I'm saying is, once they are attested to, approved, sealed, and recorded in the official minutes with the volume and page number, I'm happy to get a hard copy to anybody that wants them to put on the website.
Will you can you get me a hard copy so we can put it on the website just for transparency?
Yes,
That's all we're asking is for a hard copy for transparency so they can read the agenda and then you can see the action that the court has taken.
Absolutely.
Will that work?
That will work.
And if you can get it to me, I can either borrow a Vi scanner or come Monday, it's budget time, I'll buy my own. But you can let me use yours, Vi, just to scan the,
And
Julie's, or yours.
Can I talk?
Yes, ma'am.
We don't have a problem scanning the minutes there at my office and letting, because I think you and I are the only two that have, or my office and your office, the
Yes,
one that
ma'am.
has that. And you don't want a whole bunch of people having access
Right.
to that website. We don't have a problem doing that because we already scan the check registry for transparency reasons. My
Right.
office started that several years ago. So Julie already knows how to do that. So we don't have a problem. Once she gives them to you, you bring them to us and we can scan them unless you want to do your own. It's the court's decision.
And I know, like, Luana put the budget on there, everything's on there, and that way
Yeah.
people can, TAC is trying to promote, they're actually wanting us to use these websites to be as transparent as
Yeah, and
possible.
we did that last year at the budget too. We had to send it to Brittany because there were so many pages.
But the minutes are, that's not many. So can we,
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused here. I'm trying to hear you out and everything, but, okay. You asked her for an official electronic copy of the minutes, right? But she's saying she can't because it's not official if you do it that way. So what are we gonna do?
Mr.
You
Buxton,
said it was okay, so what do we do?
can we capture it as written and attested to versus electronic, so we can scan them in and put them in the website?
If you scan it, it'll scan everything that's on the paperwork.
Right. So can we capture it versus electronic versus written form?
Well, I don't know that it needs to be a official copy going on the website anyway. It just has to be correct. And if there's no, I don't think that would be a problem. Even though you send over the certified copy over to the treasurer's office, she copies it, scans it, puts it on the website. It's still going to show that it was on the that it was certified by you. I don't see that that makes any difference, quite frankly.
Well, once she gets them ready at the end of the month, we can just scan them there. I see what she's saying. She just wants to sign them and say that she attested to them and have a volume number on it. I mean, I don't care if she does that.
The fact that it's attested to or not attested to on the website, people are less looking, they're just looking at it for information. Nobody's going to use that as official information probably anyway.
That's
Right.
fine, but the agenda item